Canada currently has some of the strongest border restrictions in the world, with a strict 14-day quarantine, government-approved accommodation, a ban on foreign nationals except in narrow circumstances, and pre-border test and testing after arrival. Today, due to the continued spread of variants of concern, I am announcing new rules for some international travel. In addition to the multi-layered approach on COVID-19 already in place, given the higher number of cases of COVID-19 detected in air passengers arriving in Canada from India and Pakistan, Transport Canada is issuing a notice to airmen, or NOTAM, to halt direct passenger air traffic from those countries, effective 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. I am suspending all commercial and private passenger flights arriving in Canada from India and Pakistan for 30 days. Cargo flights will be allowed to ensure the continued supply of vaccines, PPE, and other essential goods. This is a temporary measure while we assess the evolving situation and determine appropriate measures going forward. In addition, passengers who depart from India or Pakistan to Canada via an indirect route after 11:30 p.m. Eastern tonight will need to obtain a negative COVID-19 pre-departure test at their last point from departure. Since March of last year, Canada has had robust travel restrictions and border measures in place, including mandatory quarantine measures, which requires travelers to quarantine or isolate for 14 days immediately upon entry to Canada, mandatory hotel stay, pre-departure test, and test upon arrival. And data show that our measures have been working. That is why those measures remain in place. Once again, given the current situation, I would like to remind Canadians that this is not the time for non-essential travel. Notre priorité.
Protecting the health of Canadians is our priority.
Our government's top priority is protecting Canadians' health and safety, and our response to the COVID-19 pandemic is guided by the latest science and research. There are currently no flights from Brazil, but we will not hesitate to ban travel from other countries if the science bears that out. As we get through these challenging moments of the pandemic, let us remember that we are in this together. We must avoid the risk of falling into the trap of blaming an identifiable group for causing COVID. We've seen this with Asian Canadians. We must reject scapegoating any group. This virus is not Chinese, nor is it Indian. It affects us all. Let's stick together to get through this pandemic, and our communities and our country will be stronger for it. Thank you. Merci.